evening, wherever you are joining in from. This is Radio.O.R.K.S World, and this is your host, Tina Allton, broadcasting from Oxted in Surrey. And I'm here with Marina, my co-host. Over to you, Marina.
Wow, Tina, it's such a privilege to be on your show. And I can't wait for our listeners to get to know you better, to understand where you are going, not necessarily where you are coming from, because everybody is a foreigner and everybody is migrating every single day without even knowing, from one place to another one, from one city to another one, from one village to a bigger city, from a small country to a big country. And in reality, we are all migrating to a place of greatness. Building that energy that you need to become the person who can deliver your life purpose is all about showing up. And you showed up and you are ready to share with us your story. So what brought you here, Tina? What has happened in your life that one day you said, this is enough. Now it's time for me to move on and see what's next.
Thank you very much, Marina. So basically, I decided that it was enough and I needed to change my life. I think around about 8, when I was sent to boarding school. Growing up, it was really hard, and it wasn't very easy being a girl. And I remember very well, kind of thinking, I'm sure that I can have a better life than this. And I grew up around a lot of negativity. So the first time I told myself I'd had enough, I was actually 8 years old. And then by the age 13, I started writing my life goals because I wanted to really change my life and kind of make an impact, as I grew up. So long story short, I graduated, kind of put my head down, graduated as an educational psychologist, taught for a while in schools, and then kind of left that to join my husband with our private practice some 16 years ago, and backtrack 5 years ago on the 1st of September, our daughter, who was 11 years old then, was kind of diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. And as a parent, when something like that hits you, your whole priority is that you want your child to live. And so through our own personal struggles, trying to work out how to restructure our life, the family and everything else, we realized that there was a huge problem with diabetes and lower limb amputations. And of course, being in the field of podiatry, there's a huge link between foot and diabetes. So my husband and I set up this not-for-profit organization called Undefeated, and what we do is help people who have diabetes to basically avoid lower limb amputations. We launched this in 2014 in the States, and again in the UK in 2015. And so I spend part of my time kind of spreading the message, educating people, raising awareness, because I'm not sure how many people are aware, but actually like every 20 seconds, somebody who has diabetes has a lower limb amputation every 20 seconds. Of which 85% can be avoided. So it's a huge, problem. 4,300 amputations a day, where 85% can be avoided. So part of my time is spent kind of helping people to become aware of the dangers that they have or the risk, because of the diabetes. And the other exciting non-medical part of my life, I spend, really helping people to kind of shift from wherever they are in their life to where they want to be. Because, you remember at the beginning you said we're all constantly on a journey. We're moving from one place to the other, from one state, to the other state. And oftentimes, in my own personal life, I realized that there were like 5 key things that, stops anybody from achieving anything. And usually the first one is fear. Fear can actually stop us in our tracks from taking the next step or going up, a ladder which is right in front of us. So I spend my time helping people, teaching people about fear and how to shift that fear to focus. And then the, second thing I realize is also about like decision making. That we live in a very, very exciting, times now where we have access to information at the touch of a mobile phone, at the touch of a button, and sometimes that becomes overwhelming for people in terms of choice. There's too much to choose from. So then we're kind of, stuck in our tracks without being able to make, progressive decisions. Again, that's another huge thing that I believe that if people are able to make decisions much more quickly without, feeling overwhelmed in the sea of choice, then people can, move forward and achieve greater things in life. The second thing, and I know you'd agree with, is about commitment to ourselves, and also having people who hold us accountable, to make sure that, that the decisions that we've done, taken, shifting all the fears and everything, that actually we get to do what we've said we're going to do. And then, of course, it's about, marrying all of those things to action, because no amount of, choices, strategies, everything would make any difference if we don't actually take any action. So in a nutshell, it's something I'm launching in February. On the 11th of February, it's called Shift Challenge Live. And we're hoping to kind of share, inspiring stories with people who've been through, adversaries, but have come out on the other side. Because, when we hear somebody's story and how they were able to come out the other side, sometimes something moves in us, and that allows us to know and believe in ourselves at that moment that we can actually do some things. So that's the plan of, how we're going to sort of introduce 2017, is really kind of getting people to be surrounded by inspiring people who've been through really, really tough times, but through determination, commitment, and action have become successful. So over to you.
Wow, Tina. So everything you are saying is so clear. Most people will feel confused because each challenge, each change is presented as unnamed, unknown gift. So you turn your challenges into opportunities. You become the opportunity. Right now you are sharing and inspiring people. And we all know, and our listeners would definitely agree with me, that we all have it all.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of deciding what's next. And even when people decide, I know my why, I know why I'm here, I know what is that I want to be, I know where I want to go. Most often thinking too much about, obsessing about the how they're going to get there is an actual untrigger button. So what is your solution for turning fear into love, into passion, into something that makes you move and moves other people as well? So what is your solution when it comes to feeling stuck?
So my solution is, right from an early age, I've always had mentors in my life. It started with my grandma. My grandma was my mentor. And, when you're feeling stuck, it's same as having a trusted friend that you can pick up the phone and say, I'm having a really hard day today, or I'm struggling with this or whatever. And the person will hear you, not judge you. And the person will not sit down and think, oh yes, and gosh, it's so miserable. And then kind of drain the little energy. You want to be surrounded by somebody who will listen to you, not judge you, but at the end of the day will be able to pull you up. pull you up by helping you to see that you have greatness in you. Because like you said, we all have greatness in us. But you know, we all have hard days. We all get stuck sometimes. But it's really my secret is really the people that I have in my life, you know, the positive people I have in my life, my mentors, where I'm able to pick up the phone or send a message or reach out to them and be able to freely share whatever it is that I'm struggling with in a safe environment that I know they will not judge me, but they would really be able to help me to backtrack, you know, unpick whatever the situation is and allow me the space to put my thinking into gear. Because we have greatness in us, we have the answers. But like you said, you know, when there's too much choice, then it's like, oh gosh, where do I go? Where do I go? Where do I go? But if you have somebody who is able to kind of unpick, it's a bit like an onion. I say life is always like an onion. You have to peel and peel and peel. Sometimes it stings your eyes, and some days it doesn't sting your eyes, you know, but you have to keep peeling. Whether it stings you or doesn't sting, you have to keep peeling. But it's having that person in your life who would always believe in you, even when you have doubts. That has been my secret sauce.
Wow. So I remember my grandmother saying that two things. She was saying that you never look down on anyone unless you want to lift them up.
Yes.
And secondly, she said, when you peel an onion, make sure you keep a silver spoon in your mouth. Just thinking of how far you came and how much is ahead of you is sometimes perhaps a good way of looking inside yourself and realizing how much you achieved already. And what's next is nothing comparing with what you already achieved. Yes. But we live in a very, we live in an overwhelming age. As if you don't need to even leave the house to feel overwhelmed. It's so much going on. And you quite rightly said, it's so hard to choose what will serve your purpose. And it's so hard to identify the people who could help you grow into the person you need to become to deliver your life purpose. And more people are talking about internal goals, internal beauty within. We even have a new word now. I don't know if you know about it. But we had a couple of surveys, and the words coming more often within our shows were within and winning. And we created a new word. It's called within. So if you are to leave our listeners with only one message, what is that key message you want our listeners to take away with them today and apply it into their own life, into their daily life, look at life with a fresh pair of eyes?
My one word is there is greatness in you. You can make your tomorrows unlimited. And it comes down to, you know, the 5 things I said. Always make a decision. Make that decision. It doesn't matter, because by making that decision, you step outside of your comfort zone, and then you create a new comfort zone. You know, and in the midst of our fears, that's when sometimes the real transformation of our lives come to us. So whatever it is that you're going through, whatever choices that you have, make a choice, make a decision. When you have fear, fear is okay. Fear tells you that you're alive. Fear lets you know that you're going somewhere. You know, fear lets you know that you're stretching. So there is that positive side of fear. For me, when I'm afraid of something, I tell myself, good. So it means I'm going somewhere. I'm stretching. I'm achieving. I'm going to be a step closer to my goal. You know, so when you have that fear, think of all the positive, you know, ways that you can literally look at your fear and then focus on, you know, how far you've come. Then you'd realize actually there really isn't anything to be afraid of. And that's how you shift your fear to focus, is focusing on what, because my mentor, you know, always tells me where you are is not who you are. and who you are is not where you are. So you have to constantly remind yourself of all the greatness, all the good things that have happened, that you've achieved. And that, for me, it helps me to kind of shift my fear from, it crumbling and overwhelming me and literally binding me to actually giving me a new focus. And then be committed to whatever it is that you want to, be achieving. And have somebody, please have somebody in your life who will hold you accountable. Have somebody whose values resonate with your values. Have somebody who is stronger than you. Have somebody, like you very beautifully put, Marina, is about never look down on somebody unless you're helping them out. So have that person who always would be the first person to believe in you, so that with that belief, you can then tap into at the moment of your doubt. And then, don't just make plans, take action. Take action. So my one word is there is greatness in everybody. We need those 5 key components that brings out the greatness in us, and that allows you to actually keep and make all of your tomorrows absolutely unlimited.
So you think, and you experience this yourself, and now you are sharing your existing solution because it's transferable to our listeners' life.
Yeah.
And I relate to this very much, in a sense that, as a metaphor, I think life is like the path to greatness is like walking on fire.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I'm putting this together in the right way, but I'm going to say it anyway. So when you don't make a decision, somebody is going to make a decision for you.
Yes.
So by you not making that decision is allowing somebody to create the outcome for you.
Yeah.
But when you step on fire and you walk and you look at what is available to you, look at the people who are already there.
Yeah.
Where you want to be, waiting to celebrate you. That's a totally different proposition.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
So taking your decision with an open heart and an open mind, because your mind works best when it's open.
Yes.
Finally, what is exciting happening in your life and you want us to be part of it?
So many things to share. So the most exciting thing is 11th of February 2017, we're launching Shift Challenge live in central London. We've got 2 amazing people coming, Sherry Matthews from Healing Comfort and Pedro Pimenta. Pedro is a quadruple amputee. He was misdiagnosed, and by age 19 woke up from a coma, having lost all his arms, all his legs. And when you're in a situation like this, Pedro teaches me about forgiveness. Pedro teaches me about grit, determination, resilience, to kind of come through something like that and be able to be, have independence and inspire other people. To me, that's just fantastic. So we have amazing people like that coming. And then there is also ebw2020.com, which is Empower a Billion Women by 2020, which is a great initiative that is very close to my heart and is in line with the UN 17 global goals about giving women equal opportunities in education and giving women a place to have a voice. And we're bringing that to London. So I'm going to be the London chapter director for EBW 2020, which is fantastic. So if you want to, mean, just without, going on and on and on, those are the two key exciting things that are coming in 2017. And I can't wait to kind of share, with the whole of London and the UK and everybody else from wherever they're listening to. So, stay tuned. And if there's any questions you want to know more, then please, connect with me and my team, and we'll be able to, let you know how to get involved.
This is really a matter of transferring the good news. And I'm so grateful you do so, and I'm so grateful you are keep generating this great news, because everybody's tired of listening to the bad news, and somehow they're overpriced. So what is the price of listening to the bad news? You go into a place where everything is dark, is a lot of confusion, and you cannot bring yourself to make decisions anymore. So stop listening to the bad news, make the news, be part of this movement, spiritual movement that is happening in the world. And Tina is one of the promoters of this movement, where you become the cause of your own life. You create the outcome you want. And everything happens twice. And Tina will agree definitely with me on saying that everything happens twice. First in your mind, and then in real life. And turning your dream into reality is just a matter of putting your vision together and endorsing your own vision. And yes, you need a mentor. You need somebody who believes in you even when you doubt yourself. And is always about taking something that is already there, available, and avoiding the delays, the mistakes other people made, and they could give you not a shortcut, because I don't believe in shortcuts, and I know you have to always take the stairs. There is no lift, but focus on who you want to be. And I love and I agree with what your mentor said about you are not where you belong yet, because life is a journey, and migrating from where you are to where you want to be, you must have heard this so many times before, is not somebody else's responsibility. It is yours, and it is a choice. From both of us, until next time, migrate to your own greatness. Goodbye.
Goodbye.